These new visions of Odin trouble me. Am I alone in seeing them? Or do the tales of Svartalfheim hold some other meaning? Perhaps I should warm my bones by the fire. Gather my thoughts for a moment.
Impressive. Never seen anything like it.
I have something that may interest.
I'm looking for this. I knew I could count on you. I could really use this. We always have need for this. Bringing me this would be helpful. Done for now.
I'm off.
Happy hunting!
May I see your store?
Can't have too many. You will get so much use out of this. Anything you find, bring it to me. Is that everything?
I must be on my way now.
Always a pleasure, Eivor. Good day, good day.
Have you got a contract for?
I have just You're used to killing, yes? This one shouldn't be a problem. With your skills, this should not be a problem.
What do you have today?
Thank you for your patronage.
I will see you later, friend.
You go on, I'll still be here.
We can handle this! You'll feed the dogs!
Show me what lies ahead.
I'll stomp you down!
What do you see? Stretch your wings, Sunan.
Saliga era gerast!
Sail out!
Monastery, bound to be rich pickings. Look, a monastery.
Raise the sail here!
The sharpest blade I know.
Fast, down!
Push now.
Survey the area, Sunan.
Glory to the victor!
These new visions of Odin trouble me. Am I alone in seeing them? Or do the tales of Svartalfheim hold some other meaning? Perhaps I should warm my bones by the fire. Gather my thoughts for a moment.
Salutations!
What do you have today?
Take care of your...
I have to go.
Goodbye for now. Good day.
I brought something for you.
I've heard tell that this one's a real fighter. You caught this? We've been looking for this fish for a long time. Look at the size of it. I've never even seen this fish close up. Only a true fisherman. These are good.
I must take my leave.
Come back soon.
Välkommen.
Gåsat hittar dig.
Eivor,
I think I will stay for a while now.
fine with me.
Kvartita inte.
Tove, how have you been?
The fire made me think of the myths and legends Sven loved.
Would you indulge me with a tale? I would be glad to hear of Svartalfheim.
I would not tell it half as well, but his favorite was a fable to remind us to find meaning in our deeds and not in how others think of us. Svartalfheim was not short of legendary dwarven blacksmiths. Everyone has heard of Ivaldir, Brukker, and Sindri. But this tale is of a stonemason. He lived as far south as he could, where Gulnamar meets Vangvin. His workshop sat upon the shoreline. Obsessed with glory, his love of masonry had all but died. He scoured the shore, seeking precious stones washed up from other realms. Then he saw it. Something beautiful, glittering, shimmering across the water, upon an island he had never dared travel to. He hastily built a boat, working long into the night. He set sail and found many rocks that sparkled and dazzled upon the island. He cried out in joy. To craft anything from such stones, he would be remembered for all time. Then he felt a sudden sting on his foot. Then another, and another. His eyes adjusted to the dark. So consumed was he by his desire for renown, he failed to realize he had walked into a nest of snakes, until it was already too late. And so, clutching the stone that sealed his fate, there he died. Remembered, yes, but only for his folly.
A fine tale, Toby, and well told. Sven would be proud.
I hear you seek tales of Svartalfheim. You are not alone in your glimpses of the Aesir.
You have seen them too.
No. Only the power the visions hold, and their effect on those once held dear.
You speak of Sigurd.
Do you want my tale or not? There was a dwarven miner who cared only for his work. Mining was all he knew, all he wanted to know, and all he would ever know. One day, he heard a strange noise. All his long life, working in the northern mines of Vangrim, he had never known a boulder to squeak. He ignored it at first, but as the hours passed, the squeaking continued relentlessly. When the miner could take no more, he split the boulder apart with his pick, and then he saw a squirrel. Until now, pinned by the boulder, afraid and tired, the freed squirrel climbed into the miner's long beard and slept for 3 days. When the dwarf awoke the next day, he found fruit and nuts waiting for him. A gift from the squirrel. The first the miner had ever received. Finally, the miner had a friend. The squirrel led the dwarf to a stone hill within a lake. There, the dwarf would fish for supper, while the squirrel played in the trees. One night, watching his fishing line, the dwarf drifted off to sleep, smiling, enjoying the happy squeaks of his friend above. When the sun rose, its light did not find the dwarf, for he had turned to stone, his short-lived bliss captured evermore.
The squirrel?
It never left his side, hoping his friend would awaken, just as the miner had waited for the squirrel to do the same.
Sigurd. He is not lost to us. Are you and Bridget well?
Of course. The flames soothe my mind, as do the tales told here.
You have one to share, Gunnar. The legend of Svartalfheim.
Aye, a story of a king who could not see the wood for the trees. Reidmar, greatest of dwarven kings. Within his palace in Gulnamar, he wanted for nothing except an heir. Reidmar and his wife had grown old. Perhaps too old. Late one night, consumed with worry, Reidmar walked in the shadow of his vast mountain-top palace, tears in his eyes. The great king! What ails you? A voice said. Afraid, Reidmar saw no one. Who goes there? He replied. Then he saw who addressed him. A vast and ancient tree, perhaps almost as old as Ymir himself. Reidmar sat upon its roots and told the tree he feared he was too old to give his subjects the legacy they deserved. The tree was so moved, it wept and offered its tears to Reidmar. Drink, great king, it said, and your woes shall be washed away. Reidmar observed the grass, the meadows, the leaves of the tree. His subjects' happiness could be seen in how they cared for the land. His legacy was all around him. Reidmar felt at ease, realizing he had everything he needed, and asked that the land receive the tree's gift instead. The tree's happy tears flowed evermore, enriching the land. 9 moons passed, and a baby's cry rang through Reidmar's palace. Long would dwarves place gifts in the weeping tree's roots, in memory of Reidmar and his kindness that shaped all he touched.
All things happen when they should, old friend.
I hope so.
Eivor! Whatever is the matter? Have you been spending too much time drinking Valka's special sauces again?
I am troubled by visions of Odin and of Svartalfheim. They flood my mind without warning, without invitation.
Aha! Which is how Thor flooded Svartalfheim. Thor, fast to act, but not so fast to think, would stomp and thump and fight and bump everywhere he and Mjolnir should go. One day, he fought a giant in Jotunheim with such ferocity that Thor's killing blow was felt through all 9 realms. The ground shook, mountains rose up, hills tore apart, creating canyons, and north of Svaladal, the massive lake that housed the springs of Yggdrasil split open, flooding all of Svartalfheim. The dwarf king, Hreidmar, acted swiftly. He built 3 mighty dams, preventing further damage to his realm, working alongside his beloved subjects. So surprised was one builder to see the great king working as an equal that he slipped, tumbling into the raging waters below. Without hesitation, Hreidmar leapt, once from his horse and again from the center of the dam's lip, diving into the frightful torrent. Before the builder could even cry for help, Hreidmar was pulling him onto dry land. And so 2 giant statues were built to honor the king, one for each leap of unthinking bravery, and stood until the end of days.
Until Ragnarok.
Aye! So you see, actions ripple outward, like a stone falling into a lake. Or like Thor crushing a Jotun skull with Mjolnir.
Affecting everything, whether foretold or unknown.
I fear my tale has only worsened your concerns.
No, a good story is a log that feeds a mind's flame. Thank you, friend. In every great story, there's truth to be found. I wonder what could be found in Svartalfheim, the place they spoke of. asked about this land, my friend. This is the spot. Now I need only wait for Volker to arrive.
I will tie your hands now.
What purpose will that serve?
You are too much the warrior, Eivor. You will not recognize your fear until you are helpless before it. Drink.
And you say this will bring the vision back? Is that all? You mean to leave me here? Volker! This is... Why must I be tied? Volker? Untie me! The wolf is coming and I cannot reach my weapon! Volker! Volker! So many. Where did they come from? I have to break these bones. The more I struggle, the tighter the bones become. There must be a trick to this. What did Volker say? Give in to it. Be still. It's working. The bonds are loosening. Free. Now for the reckoning. I fade like a nightmare upon waking. What illusion is this?
Accursed phantoms! Come then! You will not find me lacking!
It's like fighting a river.
me!